Intimidating.
Everybody really enjoyed your pilot today. There was a pretty loud roar of applause afterwards.
I know, it's very exciting.
Very exciting.
It's good to hear it back.
Not even have aired yet. It's very nice to have a good reception.
How intimidating is it to play a character that's based on a real person?
I've been asked that a few times today, and I think it's definitely the most understandable question to be asked, because you do feel a responsibility. But the thing about Walter, and you've met him, right?
Yeah.
Is that he's very open to talking about everything, apart from things that he can't talk about, which are, about government, fail-safe plans. He's very open to talking to you about anything, especially his character. I know I had a Skype with him when he was in LA. I was in LA, but we didn't have time to meet up. And I wanted to know a little bit more about his childhood, because I think a lot of what you're motivated to do as a person stems from the traumas that are so deep in your scar tissue. So I asked him some questions, and he was so honest with me about his parents and why he almost made the choice to be left-brained rather than right-brained. And I asked him how, was there a particular situation that made you do that? And he explained to me that there was, and he'd gone back from his childhood, and it wasn't a really, really emotional decision. It was just him deciding, saying that there was no safety in him making inconsistent decisions, and that's what kind of permeates the way that he looks at love, almost in a way as well. So he's thinking, why get hurt? Why base yourself on this weird, like, peak and trough roller coaster when you can be safe, earn a lot of money, ensure your financial security, your health.
That'd be nice if we all could do that.
You could do that and fall in love, but the thing is, there's danger, isn't there, in doing that?
Catherine, can you talk about what drew you to the show? I mean, because we just saw you in Smash and everything, and this is a completely different type of show for you.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm careful to say, like, I get to play a real character, because I think that first pilot and the first few episodes of Smash, I got to play. It's not that she wasn't a real character, but I think that the way that she continued to kind of be written, like, didn't really play to the strengths of Karen, and I get to play, I feel more of like a woman who is a bit more multifaceted, in that she is raising a son on her own, and that she's got a lot of responsibilities and things on her shoulders, I was fascinated by this whole idea of her kind of suddenly becoming involved with these group of geniuses and what that would mean. And I've always kind of loved the idea of being like in some sort of action scenario. So that was fun, just purely like on a selfish actor level. That was kind of intriguing to me. But I think that the scenes, like the very last scene in the pilot, and the moments that she has with Walter, and all like the sort of themes within those scenes, like family and relationship, and as we've discussed, seeing something that someone has to offer and wanting that, and what that does to a relationship, is all very interesting things to be able to play and continue to play throughout a season, and hopefully many seasons. But I don't know if I'm explaining myself that well, but I just think that she's got a lot of different possibilities for her. I just think it's amazing in one episode, like, she goes from being a struggling mother to now, like, having this relationship with this man who can help her understand her son. The idea, I mean, I'm not a mother, but feeling like something's wrong with your child basically his entire life, and not being able to fix it must be a really horrible feeling. And so I kind of can empathize with that a little bit, just on a human level. And then to have him sort of be this, like, glimmer of hope is a really beautiful beginning of a relationship, however it sort of evolves.
The producers kind of said that Paige and Walter and Rob are going to create kind of a family unit, but it doesn't necessarily sound like that's necessarily a romantic or like. But can you talk a little bit about what that family looks like?
Well, he reveals to her that her son isn't so much challenged as he is like really just this genius child, and so suddenly this world of possibilities is opened up to her, and what she sees could be, life for her son, and so she needs something from Walter to kind of help explain his world, and then he relates to this young boy. It reminds him of his kind of upbringing and this idea of feeling like you don't fit in, that you're not, you're sort of shut out from. I think we all can kind of relate to that, but he sees that in this little boy. So you relate to the boy, and then you see me as an opportunity to kind of relate, to the regular everyday world. And they have people who are high, what do they call it, EQ people, who emotional quote. What do they call it? Emotional quotient. I actually think I pretty good high EQ, but I think most actors do. You kind of have to understand. That's sort of our job, is like observing and understanding human behavior. So I think it's kind of appropriate that I'm playing this part. I wouldn't be as appropriate if I was playing a genius. You're much smarter in that way. He's perfect for it.
I compartmentalize.